is going to be a brutal battle for Kungarna.
Yeah, it's going to be it's hard to pick against Immortals when they have yet to lose at this point. So, you know, let's see if they can keep it that way.
Yeah, this'll.
Sorry, other way around.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I keep mixing people up, man.
I was gonna wait till we got in
for
here.
Agilities.
Yeah.
On Immortals, it's going to be a brutal match for Kungarna. However, I'm starting to get ahead of myself is the problem. I was trying to start talking about how Connor J stands a chance of actually shutting down Agilities, depending on if he can outhook him and Kungarna follows it up the way that they have in the past, especially what they did to Complexity with Harblu.
Yeah, and that's the thing is, I mean, both the guys can play a very good Roadhog, so they both can really shut each other down. But this is a map that Immortals, I mean, they beat Kungarna on this map during qualifier number 4. They were able to beat LG on this map, Luminosity. They beat Fnatic here during qualifier number 4. So this is a pretty good map for Immortals in general. We'll have to take a look. They will be on the offense first. Verbo just scouting things out a bit on Widowmaker, but we'll be switching back over to Lucio in just a moment. And they have Grim Reality. Well, on the Sombra.
I'm going to have to amend it to a 2-1. I don't know why, but here now I'm feeling like Kungarna is really going to have it together today.
All right. Well, we'll see if that holds true. Grim Reality goes in for the Sombra pick right away, but switching over to the Pharah. I like this. Definitely some mind games coming out. Now playing Pharah. And Kungarna's got a quad tank. Nothing really to directly deal with this Pharah, but Remix going for the charge all the way back, and he does take out Nami off of that charge and manage to keep himself alive in the process. Kungarna with 2 kills here. And that'll be a 3rd as they finish off Agilities. Connor J with the hook. So already Kungarna starting off with a good defense. Yeah, I mean, would you rather see Grim Reality stay on that Sombra right there, or, I mean, make a switch to a Pharah? I feel like a Sombra, if you already have him up, you build that ult so quick, you might as well just go for an EMP push.
Yeah, and that's yeah, I kind of agree with you there. It's also worked on Kungarna in the past, and being a relatively new team, perhaps they haven't scrimmaged against as much, but there's a lot of logic going back and forth there.
Well, here comes a nano boost that Remix will receive. He's already down to half health though. Agilities gets the hook and does a lot of damage. Hype is able to secure the kill, but Kungarna got a couple in the process. Ethan among the players that went down for Immortals, but they did get that 1 pick, so if Immortals can all keep themselves alive, regroup quickly, they could take a fight without Remix there. A quick 1-player advantage, but Baby Bay's got the Graviton, and that is a big ultimate to have. He's
Remix with an Earthshatter, Michael with a self-destruct. That's 2 huge CC ultimates that they can drop at the right time. Baby Bay finding it in the back line.
Oh, here we go. We've seen them set this play up so many times. Baby Bay coming out from the statue, Graviton, and most of that was cleaned up on by regular damage, but they did have that self-destruct flying to the back from Michael, and he was able to get 1 with it, and they are just going to stagger Hyped pretty badly here. So down to 1 minute and 50 for Immortals to make something happen. They do have ultimates coming online slowly but surely. Nano boost. And that Earthshatter getting pretty close for Nami. Could get it in the middle of this fight, but Remix already has as well. Oh, here's a big Earthshatter from Remix though, and that is going to be Kungarna with 3 kills for themselves. And Hyped had used his self-destruct all the way onto the point, but getting nothing out of it. And now Immortals, after using some of those ults, they are going to have to, they're really going to have to get it together here, but I think they have the utility, the ults to do so.
Yeah, Immortals, they're going to have an Earthshatter in this next fight. They have a barrage that they can find at the right angle, a nano boost. They can dump everything and definitely take this point back, and I think they're going to do it.
Agilities with the whole hog. He's nano boosted, getting a lot of damage into Blam. Sound barrier from Kungarna in just the nick of time to keep their Ana alive. And Agility's getting yet another hook, but they lost Grim Reality, and he hasn't really been able to do anything on fire. Nami's going to get separated. He had used his Earthshatter and got nothing off it. This defense from Kungarna is doing quite well, and I think some sloppy play from Immortals. Grim Reality making a switch over now to Zarya. but it might be a little too late for them.
Very late with a bomb combo. The wombo from Baby Bay and Michael is going to happen here in this next fight. And there comes the Graviton.
Yeah, this could be just about it. Look out, Loretta. There it is. Michael with 2. Remix taking out Verbo. Lots of kills for Kungarna. 2 players up for Immortals. That should just about seal the deal for them, as this, I mean, the switch from Grim Reality came pretty late. Wasn't able to do anything with Pharah. Agilities does make a switch to Tracer as he's trying to get back to the point. Baby Bay completely shutting that down. No one could make it there in time for Immortals. And man, Kungarna getting the full hold on the first point, looking very good out of the gate. I mean, it was Kungarna looking good, but at the same time, the Immortals offense was a bit to be desired there, I believe, as well. I mean, just time and time again, Remix and company able to shut them down with whether it be an Earthshatter or Graviton.
I think that's fair, and you can't give an inch to Connor J and the crew. They're really going to capitalize off all of it. Now, they're going to have their own chance to assault the first point here on Kings Row. I don't think a back-to-back full hold is likely. It looks to me like Kungarna's sitting pretty to take Kings Row, but maybe getting a little bit ahead of myself. We don't even have lineups yet.
Well, we'll see. It's a change in sides. Man, Immortals, though, just getting handled on their offense. And they are undefeated right now. Keep in mind, Immortals completely undefeated throughout Overwatch Winter Premiere play, or at least in the group stage, they're undefeated.
If that's going to change, it's probably going to change today, though. 2 matches.
Yep. Saying they have 2 matches to go and play, obviously, this first one against Kungarna, and then later today, for the last match of the day, they'll be going up against Complexity. But they certainly have their work cut out for them, to say the least, on our first map here, as they have a tough task of getting pretty much full hold. And Verbo's just going to scout it out, having some friendly banter with the friends off the start. And now working his way back. So, as we take a look at what what Immortals has on the defense, it will just be a pretty standard quad tank. What else is new? And Kungarna, it looks like Michael's showing Tracer so far. And I kind of like this out of Kungarna because Michael has been very effective at times on Tracer.
He's worked it in the past. He always kind of goes along the back line, uses some of the elevation to try and find the right target, just causing a split decision problem for the defense. You always have to kind of keep an eye on where he's going, and that takes the focus away from the front of the fight. Immortals is going to want to get aggressive to counteract that.
Hook is down for Agilities. Maybe a small window for Michael to try and get in. He is dealing quite a bit of damage, though. Has to be careful. That hook should be back up just about now. Agilities did get the hook onto Remix, and he was taken down. So Agilities, quite hurt, is going to get the pulse bomb. Didn't finish him off, though. Finally there, Michael just using the bullets to take care of him as Agilities is taken out. Nami got Michael, but Connor J responds and kills Hype. So Kungarna's looking good to come back in here. Immortals backing off just a bit, waiting for some of these respawns if they can. They just want to buy a little bit of time. And now the hook in onto Nami. He will get eaten alive by Remix and company, and now Baby Bay is taking it to Grim Reality on the backside here, and Connor J helping him out, and it is not looking good at the moment for Immortals. There's going to be a Graviton down from Baby Bay. All sorts of kills coming through from Kungarna. That is going to seal the deal on map number 1. Kungarna coming out very, very strong. Oh my.
I thought for sure that Graviton was going to get eaten.
So did I. I don't know how it didn't, to be honest, but he made it happen either way.
Right on the ground, and also Defense Matrix went down just at the right time. But I think he can get it down anyways. We've seen Baby Bay pop it out, even with Defense Matrix all over him in the past, just by how he positions himself straight down and all of that, making sure it comes out directly onto the ground with no chance.
We gave Renegades credit for the fastest match in Overwatch Winter Premiere history just a second ago, and now I think Kungarna's beaten them at that. Just complete full hold, wipe them, get the point. Done deal. Immortals has a loss. Now, this is the one thing I will point out. Immortals had dropped matches before, had dropped maps before, but had not dropped a match yet. So this is their 3rd loss on a map. They still can reverse sweep Kungarna in this situation. But how do you guys feel about Kungarna here? Are they just on fire? Is Immortals just not putting it together? Like, how does the undefeated team get beat that handily?
I mean, I think the Immortals offense, like I was saying in the middle of the game, was a bit to be desired. The Grim Reality Pharah was really doing pretty much nothing for the most part, I think, for Immortals. It didn't seem to be that impactful. I would have liked to have seen him on Zarya from the start, to be honest. I just don't think they were really getting much out of Pharah, but Kungarna's playing well. I mean, they're managing ultimates well. It seems like they had a big impact ult for just about every fight on their defense. They either had Graviton or they had Earthshatter. They had something to respond to what Immortals were bringing to the table, and that's good ult management that helped them get that full hold on defense.
Something about Immortals' play just looks like a little bit restrained or distracted. Something, it just doesn't seem quite right with them. Meanwhile, Kungarna looks like they're hungry, looks like they came ready to play today. If that continues, this is actually going to be a 2-0 for Kungarna.
That would be quite impressive if they're able to pull it off. We take another look at their offense here as they just blazing fast were able to take that first point. Well done by Kungarna.
Yeah, there wasn't too much contention for them here. They got a couple of picks, just eating Nami up right there after getting the hook in onto him. It was pretty easy from that point forward. And you see Immortals were just very scattered there. Like Grim Reality got isolated all the way over on the side, and then this Graviton came through, and it was just game over at that point. I mean, it was pretty much game over before that Graviton came through. They probably could have had the same effect without it. So,
yeah, talking about Gravitons, we saw on the defense at the very final hold, we saw Baby Bay sitting in the little health pack underneath the statue, turns to Graviton the same way he did the first time, but saw the defense matrix and is like, nope, turns around, goes and Gravitons the other way. Just like that sort of awareness was huge for them. I think it's a big part of what has Kungarna right here.
In that replay, I was shocked. I swear the Graviton was much less sketchy than that, even though it was still sketchy, and that was, wow.
Yeah, you had that look on your face.
I'm surprised he let that loose.
I mean, he as you were talking about, he made a good play, though, the one time when he's hiding under the statue. He does it pretty much every time. He just always sits in the same spot with his Graviton and waits for, whatever side of the statue they're going to come out on. And then that time he turns right. Here is, he sees that defense matrix, boom. And that's really good awareness, as you were saying, Caleb, pairing that with bomb combos or self-destructs of Michael. And they always love using Graviton right in that same spot pretty much every time. You can look back at any of their matches on Kings Row, and that's how they like to play the defense.
So map number 2. There's the Immortals going to Nepal is where they want to take this one and make their stand here.
I had a feeling.
So how do you think Immortals is going to be able to bounce back here, or is Kungarna going to be able to put it away?
I think Immortals can bounce back here. I think this is a good decision on their part. They can certainly break out Grim Reality's DPS capabilities a bit more on Nepal. And also, when Agilities is a little bit less predictable, when he can come from a number of angles in a general area instead of he's probably going to be on this corner, he becomes a completely different threat to the enemy team. And some of that does go back on, not some, a lot of it still goes back on the other hand as well with the Baby Bay and Connor J combo for Kungarna. But I feel like this is Immortals' map to take. They obviously have to, or they're going to lose the match. If they don't take this one, that gives me a little bit of concern for them going in for their second match. And Kungarna, they're looking hot right now, so I wouldn't count them out.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, I think if any map, this is going to be Immortals for sure. This is another one that they've had good success on, so I suspect them to take this.
Alrighty, well, let's see how it pans out.
And Nepal it is, as Kungarna taking it to Immortals on map number 1, which was Kings Row, which, of course, I said the same thing about Kings Row being a good map for Immortals, and, well, apparently that wasn't quite the case, at least today. But Nepal is another one where they've had pretty good success. This is another one that they beat Kungarna in during the qualifiers. Immortals beat them on this map in qualifier number 4, but can they do it again today is the question. As we have some nice troll picks on the side of Kungarna. And now we'll be getting into our normal setups. Connor J is going to be playing the Mei. Oftentimes does like to do that on this stage of Nepal. And Michael will be on the Tracer. Grim Reality rocking the Tracer for Immortals here. And Agility's playing the Zarya for that bomb combination potentially rather than the Roadhog, as they do not have a Mei on the field for themselves. But Mei can be very, very strong on this village stage. Already walling off that left-hand side, keeping the Immortals players out of it. Nami went down. He got walled off out of the gate, and that's an early pick for them. Hyped will get taken down as well, but not before he killed Ajax, so they do get one of the supports of Kungarna, but regardless, they have guys all over the point. Connor J, the right click, taking it to Grim Reality and walling off a lot of players here as Connor J and the rest of the Kungarna players will be able to go through and just clean up. Remix getting 3 for himself. He's already got an Earth Shatter in the bank.
I was calling for the Icicle headshots yesterday. Apparently Connor J decided he wanted to live up to that request, drilling Grim Reality right in the face. I've lived that life too many times to even think about. Immortals, I'm going to have to get their foot back into this fight. I just don't see... I don't see how they're going to get past Remix with this situation. Oh my god. I'm dying on the inside right now.
No, he's just going to he's going to go for the swings on 8th. And oh man, what a weird scenario here. You have the rest of Immortals coming in from the high ground. They're coming up top. Nami goes down before he can get the Earth Shatter off. Connor J using that Blizzard. It's going to get Furbo caught in it. Kungarna winning yet another team fight here. Grim Reality finished off by Michael. More headshots ringing in from Connor J. They used a nano boost on that fight as well. Immortals, Ethan had popped it off and getting no value out of that whatsoever. And that will be still a hold for Kungarna, 70% and counting. Immortals need to make something happen with the Graviton that they have coming up in that Earth Shatter, possibly that bomb combination. That's going to be huge for Immortals.
Agreed. And a similar outlook for Kungarna, and so far Kungarna's been the one setting the tempo. So if they do that again, they can stave off Immortals one more time at least.
You do have Baby Bay with his own Graviton. Michael doesn't yet have that Pulse Bomb. He's getting very, very close to it, but won't be able to pair it directly. Nami using Earth Shatter. Shield was still up from Remix. Now the counter Graviton out from Immortals. Here we go. This is something for them finally, as they have 5 kills actually. Make that a team wipe for Immortals as they come back in with a vengeance to retake the point. But the story here is Kungarna already getting 98%. So Immortals investing a lot into that fight. They get the point. They're going to have to be just about perfect through the rest of this.
Especially in this next fight, Kungarna could and should easily come back. Remix with an Earth Shatter. Ajax, a Sound Barrier, stringing those together. Only a Sound Barrier on Immortals to shut that down.
Agility set a good wall to get the supports away from the rest of Kungarna. They are starting to make their way back in, though. Sound Barrier out from Kungarna. Sound Barrier from Immortals as well. There will be a Blizzard on the point. Michael snipes up 2 frags for himself. Kungarna are just blowing through Immortals at the moment on this point. It's only Ethan left. There's no one to even give that nano boost to. Kungarna gets it back, and I don't think anybody's going to be able to make it onto the point in time right here as Kungarna takes our stage 1 on the village. They'll be up 1-0 in our series.
Connor J playing Mei with devastating effect throughout that stage. Maybe pushing into the second one. Immortals just still looking a little bit disorganized, like there's just something wrong with their play environment or something going on.
Yeah, something seems just definitely a little off. Yeah, they're not quite the team we're used to seeing, though. At the same time, I have to say Kungarna is playing quite well themselves.
Absolutely.
I mean, Connor J right there was a monster on Mei. Michael was doing big stuff on Tracer, now making a switch over to Diva, as I suspected for the Sanctum phase of the map. And it will be Kungarna on the quad tank. Immortals will be running triple tank with Grim Reality on the Soldier 76, as they often do. So right away, Immortals getting slightly better positioning here, though. Nami charged immediately, and Connor J gets the final blow. The Remix was able to get a return frag on the enemy Reinhardt to take out Remix. So that will be Grim Reality with a couple for himself, though, making his presence known very early here. 3 kills on the point. Oh, no! Oh, Grim Reality, he really wanted that extra kill.
He's trying to get the ult charge.
Oh, that's actually that's not good.
I think that's one of only 2 times I've seen somebody jump off a cliff in the Winter Premiere accidentally.
Yeah, that's a good moment.
Both Soldier 76s are both on this map, if I remember correctly.
They're getting greedy. It's greedy as they just want their name all up in that kill feed. Oh, nice hook, but a better bubble on the side of Kungarna as Baby Bay is able to keep his Roadhog alive. Here comes the Graviton from Baby Bay, a good biotic that lands in the middle of them as well. Kungarna cleaning house. The Earthshatter came through from Nami, and I don't know if that was the time to use the Earthshatter because there was not much follow-up to be had right there. I think I would have been much better off just saving that Earthshatter for the next fight when you actually have the follow-up there. It's a missed opportunity for Immortals.
And Grim Reality with Attack Visor, Agilities with a whole hog as they press back to try and get control of the capture point once again. It's going to be tough to get through Kungarna, though. Kungarna with an Earth Shatter of their own. They can definitely control this gate as long as Baby Bay can work on another Graviton. They can hold again after that. Self-destruct coming out of Kungarna to buy some time at least. Michael's going to pick up Nami.
And that'll just delay this even more. Kungarna playing very aggressive. They lost Remix, though. Oh, good move from Michael. But still, you have Immortals players who've snuck themselves all the way onto the point. Hyped is there. He will be using self-destruct. It will actually pick up Baby Bay with it and allow Immortals to grab this point while Kungarna was busy pressing so far forward. The Immortals players just wrapped themselves onto the point and were able to cap it. And now they're just
misstep by Kungarna there. It certainly looked like they had control, and now Immortals back on point with 4 ultimates locked. Nano Visor looming here. A whole hog from Agilities can kind of do some buying of time, pressing people back with the pushback in particular. And Verbo with a sound barrier to buy even more time. Kungarna is now starting to press back into Immortals.
And Remix is going to charge, finding Grim Reality and pinning him into the wall. 3 kills for Kungarna. And they're using the Nano Boost on the Counter J in the middle of that with the whole hog, but going to be Kungarna taking the point right back. 80% on the board for Immortals here, and they are pressing very aggressively yet again. Kungarna trying to clean up on some of these kills and buy themselves a bit more time, but Immortals now looking to push quickly. Nami has, or is just about to have an Earth Shatter. There is a Graviton for Kungarna, though, and they are going to get lots of kills. They're just about a team wipe as Grim Reality and Hyped are the only ones to survive, so good aggressive play again from Kungarna. But now Nami has that Earth Shatter, which they're going to be looking to come back in. Kungarna's going to have that Earth Shatter of their own to try and stop them as they reinitiate.
And if they use Michael's self-destruct like they did last time, they should be able to hold this gate again and can hold back Immortals with just the CC presence and the time that takes on its own. Immortals perhaps fainting like they're going to come in through another gate, readjusting back to center, trying to get some motion out of Kungarna and look for an opening.
Now Immortals making their push back in. This is going to be one of the last fights. Grim Reality getting that Nano Visor. He's got a Diva up in his face, though, and Verbo got charged by Remix, and that is so much work done by Kungarna right there. Agilities gets Remix at the very end of it, but someone from Immortals needs to get on the point, but nobody is home. In the end, Kungarna taking a 2-0 lead right here, and I mean, Immortals looked pretty good off the earlier stages of Sanctum there, and then it was just a complete reversal. Kungarna playing super aggressively, and Immortals just didn't have a response to it a lot of the time.
You know, once Kungarna took it back, I believe for the second time, from that point forward, it really looked like Kungarna's had full control of it. There was one misstep where they gave it back to Immortals there, but as soon as Kungarna regained control, they just didn't look like they were going to budge off of it. So now we're pushing into the shrine portion of Nepal. It's going to be tough for Immortals here. They're down completely. This is match point for them in every sense of the word. Right now, Kungarna looking like they're one stage away from closing this out.
And this could be it for Immortals' undefeated record in matches throughout group stage of the Winter Premiere, as Kungarna's looking to finally bring that to an end. Yeah, they have good position to do so. It is currently 2-1 or 2-0 on Nepal. For them, they just need the Shrine phase, and they will take this match on home. So far, it's just a lot of poke back and forth. Both teams posturing. Grim Reality is going to be on Tracer this time, and it will be Kungarna still running the quad tank. And so far, we trade 1-for-1. Connor J and Nami are both down. And now Ajax is going to fall. Here we go. Immortals getting some kills. Agilities with 3 for himself as he gets the nano boost, just melting people all over the place. And Immortals off to a good start here.
And Immortals had full control of that fight from the beginning. It looked like to me they were certainly generating their ultimates faster, getting a number of kills in exchange basically for 1, and now Kungarna's going to have to attack into Immortals while Immortals defends with every tool they need to hold on to this point for at least 2 more pushes. They've got a bomb combo with the Graviton and the Pulse Bomb, also Nami with an Earth Shatter. You know he can find that right angle, and Hyped with a self-destruct. Oh, but the Graviton comes out.
Here comes, they have a lot of follow-up as well. Immortals, they are going to be all over them at the moment. Baby Bay throwing his, I think, in the middle of that, but didn't really get a whole lot of anything. At first, I was afraid that Graviton could have gotten eaten.
Yeah, from my angle,
it was a very long-range Graviton,
looked like it got eaten.
Yeah, it's risky to go for such a long, like, shooting it off from that far away with Diva on the field. I mean, it's got a decent potential to be eaten up, but it worked out for them in the end.
Nami's looking for a big Earth Shatter here. Once they can get Remix out of the way, he can get around it. He's going to land that, but Remix isn't going to have it. He's going to push Nami back.
Just trying to play these games with the shield, the mind games on the Rhine shields. Nami goes down, though. He used an Earth Shatter in the middle of it. Here comes the sound barrier out from the side of Immortals. They are down 1 player at the moment. Remix got nano boosted as he is still looking for kills, able to finish off Hyped as he got ejected from his suit, and Kungarna is going to be able to retake here. It seems 3 players out of it for Immortals currently, and a lot more were in the middle of respawning. So, and Kungarna is able to retake, but Immortals get themselves up to 80%.
They're 1 possession away. They have Graviton for agilities in the next fight or so. With the economy the way it is, Kungarna looks like they can probably hold it for 2 fights here unless Immortals finds a big come up here in the next fight with agilities, Graviton. That's going to be probably one of the more pivotal things, but Kungarna looking to dictate the pace of this.
Oh, Remix getting charged all the way into the back, going for
see you
charge
later.
of his own. Actually is able to make it out. I think Michael gets a couple kills for himself here as the fight continues on the point. Immortals have a lot of presence here, but Michael is going to have something to say about it. Connor J getting 2 frags, though. Nami and 1 more on top of that. Connor J is still doing work. 3 kills for him in the fight. Kungarna is going to be able to hang on. Immortals still with a percentage lead here, but Kungarna is very quickly closing that gap. And Immortals did not expel their Graviton there.
Immortals with an economic lead as well. I mean, they're going to be able to break out 5 ultimates. We could list them all, but it's basically everything that matters aside from a sound barrier on their side. And Kungarna, they have a nano boost and they do have an Earth Shatter and potentially a sound barrier, but if Immortals takes it to them first, they will undoubtedly take this back.
They have a lot of tools in the kit to make this one happen. Remix goes for an Earth Shatter, though, and is going to find a lot of kills off of that. 2 so far, and he'll not be able to get any more, but it's enough for Kungarna to hold on here. But again, that was good from Immortals. They didn't use anything off of that, and they had some time to buy, but now they're going to have to re-engage quickly. They need to take the fight to them with these ultimates because they are ahead big time in the economy.
Big time indeed, but they've got to get in there now. They have no time to waste. And then just let them all fly. Even if you're jumping them on 1 person only, you're trying to get solo kills, that'll all add up, and you're 1 possession away. Agilities with a nano boost on him.
He threw his Graviton in the back somewhere. I don't even know where it ended up landing. I don't think it got eaten. I think it just went over the hill, over the stairs, and got nothing out of it. This could be disastrous for Immortals right here. Each team has lost 1 player. Both of the Reinhardts are out of the mix for these guys, and this will be probably the final fight of the game. Immortals are finding some kills. Grim Reality takes down Blam, and he's looking for a little bit more to add to his collection here. Michael and Baby Bay are going down. Immortals should be able to retake this point here. Indeed, they will. Kungarna is going to have 1 last shot to get themselves back to this point and try and take on Immortals to finish off the match.
That was a stressful engagement, even as just a spectator. Immortals has a sound barrier, and that's the only thing they have to defend right now. Well, getting pretty close to a Grim Reality's Pulse Bomb, and Agility's actually very close to a Graviton.
Yeah, they have the combination just about to come up. Potentially Michael with the self-destruct adds 2 kills for Kungarna. That might spell the end for Immortals as the Earth Shatter came out from Remix. Didn't get a whole lot of value off of it. Here's a Graviton in from Immortals. Agility's put that out there, but Kungarna is still finding all the kills here. This may just be the end for Immortals. Grim Reality is on the point, trying to stall as long as he possibly can. Verbo used that sound barrier, and he is hanging on the point, and Here comes another Graviton from Baby Bay. Will snag up a couple kills inside of that one, and now a sound barrier for Kungarna. That should undoubtedly seal the deal for them unless a miracle comes out from Immortals. Pulse Bomb for, well, it's going to be Grim Reality throwing it out there. Still not a whole lot for him. Remix taken down by Hyped, and you still have players on the point from Immortals that are stalling it out, but I can't imagine they actually come out on top of the fight. It's all Kungarna in the kill feed. Verbo is just running around on top of the point. Somebody needs to take care of him on the side of Kungarna. There it is. They finish it off, and that will be them taking it 3-0 on Nepal, 2-0 in the match. Just a steamroll Kungarna.
Grim Reality's basically putting on a magic show on the corner to keep that alive for so long. And some of those kills he picked up were perfect, but